Hello, Taylor here. I am using a pipe pizza pan because it's round and it stays flat, where the other dollar store trays don't. So my project for today is trying some hair oil instead of silicone. This is cyclimethicone, whatever that is, with dimethicone, yada yada. Who knows what else is in there. So I thought I'd try that. I put it on the inside of the pour cup so that it'll hopefully be easy to get out. Putting on my glovies. I've only put gloss medium into my paints, and I'm using colorshift, and I'm using some older blue and black paint I had laying around, so goodness knows how those are going to go, or whatever. Their pourability seems pretty good today, so I'm optimistic that we'll get a nice result. I'm picking all the peacock colors, because those are like mermaid and unicorn colors right now, the colors du jour, but I really like them. Who doesn't like those, right? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of cyclimethicone, dimethicone mixture into the blue and the black, and it's a spray, so I'm going to spray it away from my canvas because I don't want bald spots. Spray, yeah. One little spray, and it seems kind of like that's a lot, so we'll see what happens. I'm putting them into the opaque colors, because I think they'll probably need a little bit of texture more than the color shift. And I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to react with everything. So I've already got them to a good pouring consistency. At least they were a minute ago. You know how that goes. You think it's all good, and then, oh, it's sticky or it's thick again. And I also have my paint booger removers, tweezers or whatever you've got laying about. I've got a boring area reducer. In other words, if there's a big blob of color that's just not doing anything, isn't reacting, then I can add some swirls to it. People get too obsessed with having the pour be perfect or pouring back over areas, and I like to just work within the paint. I've been doing that a little bit lately, and it's really fun. I also have my my wet rag, so and it has a dry side, so I can get chemicals and paints off my hands easily. And I got my little gloves on to eliminate exposure to any chemistry that I may or may not want to be exposed to, and what we think is safe today may not be tomorrow. Who knows? At least we're not dealing with any asbestos. I have my torch to kill any bubbles that come up, and I've got my little pour cup that's kind of reused. It's a little sloppy, but it should be fine. I believe that my black will be the heaviest, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bottom of the cup because we're going to do a flip or a pour, and that will make it on the top of the pour, and then it will weight, the pigments will weight through and hopefully help us create some nice sellage. We will see. So here comes black. I think there might be a few little paint boogers in there, but that's okay. Then I'll go ahead and put in a little bit of purple blue color shift stuff. That looked like it was okay in texture. Then I'm going to put the dark blue. Again, this is a heavy one, so hopefully the purple will float up through it, through the black actually. I'll put the blue. Again, it has cyclimethicone, dimethicone combo. Now I'll go with the green, color shift green. Stuff's expensive, but a little goes a long way, just like the color art pigments. They're totally awesome and worth it. And that one seems to have thickened up while it was sitting there. Great. That means it'll go slow, and these are metallics. They do tend to sink, just like your color art pigments will sink because they are metal, or they've got minerals and such in them. They're going to sink. So I add a little bit of water using my spray bottle just to loosen up the paint. You don't want to completely open it or completely break the surface tension because you want it to be pourable. These are kind of persnickety. Okay, so then I'm going to go back to my black. What the heck? Why not? That's got nice pourability. I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. See, it's sinking right through. So this looks like it'll probably be a busy pour because I'm pouring tall. When you pour from high above your flip cup, that pierces the other paints and kind of disperses, and it already starts interacting. So that's going to be a busy pour, or will tend to be a busy pour. At least that's my theory about it. Someone else may have a different theory. That's fine. I don't care. Whatevs. Okay, so black is done. So then we're going to go back and do some blue color shift. That's really nice and honey in its texture. And I know I've got way more paint than I'm going to need for this little tiny canvas. I mean, at this point I could probably stop. Let me put purple in, and then I probably will just stop. Okie dokie. I don't know why that purple season up so much. Green did too. Purple. Whoops. Whoa, am I about to put the wrong thing in there? That's pretty funny. Not. But hey, we might get crazy cells doing something silly. I'm just moistening stuff up. Moist. To keep it flowing. I feel like I have some dimethicone on my glove, so maybe I did spray the wrong thing. Wouldn't it be this first time someone wasn't paying attention? Okay, so hopefully this will be a pretty quick video, and hopefully we'll get some really cool effects. I know that you can see everything on the pizza tray. I don't know what you can see beyond that. Hoping not too much. It's kind of messy today. So here goes pour cup. So many ways I'd like to do this, but it has so much potential for coolness. Where to start? Flip cup, no flip cup. S, V, X, middle. Well, sure, why don't we do the middle? We'll do a flip cup in the middle, dirty pour, and I'm not going to let it settle for more than a few seconds because it's really not needed. I'll probably need to come back later. Actually, you know what? I wanted to use some gloss medium with water in it around the corners to make them slippery so that the paint will slip off a little better. I know sometimes our paint slows up a lot on edges and corners, so this is kind of an experiment in that. And at the worst case, you'll have some really nice clear areas, but I don't think we'll have that. It's just to give it something to slip off of, because nothing's worse than sitting there with your canvas going, pour, just another 1/8 of an inch, just a little bit more. And it just going, no, I'm done. Except for the middle, it's really thick, and that's going to ooze all over the place where you don't want it to go. So, that said, back to the flip. Flip cup. Sunday. Oh, there's a great tiny Mustang show today at the livery in Danville. It was fun. I'm such a not chick. I mean, I no longer know all the details about cars, and my husband's not into cars at all, but I just needed a car fix. So we got my Mustang fixed today. Now rolling it out. Ooh, wow, that looks really cool, man. Check it out. So I'm not letting it drip in the middle. I kind of like Anne-Marie's whole thing of don't let it drip in the middle. Yeah, it might make some nice cells, but see, we're getting a little color out there on the gloss medium. Kind of, it already dried up in there. It dries up real quick, kind of like glues do. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty. Where to start? Okay. Up to the left corner. Containment. Over to the right corner. Still containing. I like to contain my edges too. I don't always, but a lot of times it's just kind of nice because you can run out of paint unexpectedly, and that is not fun. It's like, no, I need just one more edge. And you can still roll it off the edges there. See? And you want to roll your fingers away instead of smearing them. Yeah, see that blob? I'm not a fan of that blob. I mean, it's pretty and all, but it looks like a smiley face laughing at you, all twisted. Yes, I'm in California, but I don't do chemistry. Oh, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Of course, you don't want it to be too thick. Oops, we got a hole. So we got a dimethicone or cyclimethicone hole. And hopefully you cannot hear my music. I've got it turned low. Ooh, wow, losing some really cool green stuff. Okay, so we're going to have to do some sacrifices here to pull out some coolnesses. Ooh, but we're getting coolness. And we're getting a little bit of religion there. A little holy. Okay, this is fascinating. Kind of digging the effect. Not regretting the black at all. Getting a lot of goo. I should be catching it. I like to catch my drippings. And I'll use them on rocks, and you can get some cool stuff out of mud. Oh, that looks really kind of coolly awesome, dude. Check it out. We're even getting sellage. Holy moly. Kind of don't want it to move anymore, but it's so thick I also don't want it to crack because the black will dry matte. looks so spacey, celestial. I hope you can see that. I hope I'm not taking it too far out of... Oh, and then we got that little problem child right there. Come on, problem child. That's kind of really cool. So black and color shift colors. Dang, but I think we got to watch that dimethicone stuff because it's got a lot of foliage and I'm not a fan there. Oops. Of course, I'm overdoing it. It's like, stop, walk away from the canvas. But I can't. I got one more thing I wanted to do, but I could do this super cool thing. Down, walk away, step away. Oops, I just pushed some blue into that corner I didn't want to push. And you know, generally I say stop moving when it stops moving. Let's see, all corners covered. Life is looking good. I'm looking messy. It's a beautiful thing. And even if this is mud, I mean, think of what beautiful color shifting mud this is going to be if I pour it on something else. Color shifting mud. That is kind of really cool, dudes. Check it out. So what did I use here? I used hair stuff with cyclimethicone and dimethicone and etc. etc. Works really great on my hair, but it kind of makes it seem oily. And we've got some really beautiful midnight blue black leftover mud. Ooh, look at the pretty mud. I hope you can see the pretty mud. Hopefully my phone's still going too. Let's check. Yep, okay. But this is so pretty. Look at this. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. I highly recommend color shift black and blue. And wow, looks like something out of a sci-fi novel. Do we still have some movement? We do, and I kind of don't really want it to. Because it's just so cool and awesome. Oops, look at all the drippings I'm got in the pan. Don't want to lose any of those cool cells, man. But you gotta let go. Oh my, I am so hippily happy. And even though that's dead space in there, I don't think I'm going to dick with it. I don't think I'm going to mess with it. Gotta watch my language. Anyways, okay, awesome sauce. Let's torch it, get the bubbles out. There aren't a lot of bubbles, but I can see some surface bubbles. Wiping my hands, trying not to cover my torch, even though it's already covered, but who cares? It's all beautiful, man. Me and my torch work. Ooh. I'll throw a little extra sellage. How crazy do I want to go with the sellage though, you know? You can pull cells and really pull them from areas, but a lot of times you don't want them to overwhelm everything. But we're getting some kind of neat stuff, so I will keep on with the torch sometimes. It's kind of like, stop, walk away from the paint, but I can't. Step away from the torch, but I can't. Ooh, we're getting some neat action here. I'm thinking I'm digging it. Let's see, do I want to mess with that too much? Sometimes you can get lace when you do this too, which is super fun. And I get a little closer than Anne-Marie does, but to each their own. Just don't catch the house on fire and don't use too many flammable chemicals. Awesome sauce. We'll see how it dries, so stay tuned. I'll be on Facebook's Acrylic Pouring Basics. That's what our little group is, or Let It Flow, one or the other. Acrylic Pouring Basics. I'm just going to plug Anne-Marie because she's been so nice. Fabuloso, thank you for watching, and off come the gloves. And have a great, great day.